sure if it came through osmosis, through my life's experiences with many, brilliant people and all the learning that I've tried to amass as an owner, going through experientially and also being taught. But I would say this: being selfless, now listen carefully, being selfless and not selfish when it comes to your company and what your company is all about, it doesn't matter, right? Whether you're a restaurateur, a construction equipment manufacturer, a hair salon, it doesn't matter. This principle is golden and it applies. If you can become selfless, right, and not selfish, now here's the golden nugget. That means you're putting your potential clientele's needs, right, wants ahead of your own. That one piece of golden nugget, I think, has probably served me better than any other principle, because what it does is it diminishes your focus and your obsession with self-engrandizement, self-enriching. If that is what you do as an owner or a professional or even an employee, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to be what I call a one percenter. You won't. If you're thinking about the commission that you're going to earn while you're negotiating, I don't care what it is you sell or what product or service you offer, if that's your thinking in the basis of your brain, and in whether you are aware of it or not, this is where a lot of sales professionals fail. They don't even understand. They don't even realize they're doing it, but they're already front loading. Wow, I'm going to hold 32% on this deal, or 42. They're thinking about themselves first. It's human nature. It is. I get it. But if you can train your brain to reverse that thinking and be cognizant while you're negotiating. Okay, let me give you a great example. If you came to me and you said, Bill, I got 23 acres of property. I need to clear this land. What's the best attachment for me, right? I could steer you in any direction I want. Trust me. I could put you in a $48,000 mulching attachment, which would yield me a lot more profit and percentage of margin for myself. Or I could properly advise you once I see the saplings and the landscaping and what you need, and say, you know what, you only need a $4,800 brush mower. You see my point? That's the key, to honestly advise or have your client's best interests at heart. There it is.
That's priceless. That's priceless. What I've noticed, Bill, is in life and with my own entrepreneurial journey, is that when you start to think and you give, whether it's advice, whether it's a referral, whatever that is, not expecting to receive, that's also part of that selflessness. So sometimes I'll have someone that's very money oriented and be like, how much are you making on this? What are you doing about? And I'm just like, it doesn't even enter my mind. And then I question, well, in terms of sales, should it? But you're absolutely right. It's that innate selflessness, say that correctly, that drives my vision, that just drives me as an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So the addendum to that is the cream will always rise to the top. So if you're a human being or a professional that behaves in this manner, it's a principle. It's called the Law of Reciprocity, right? You give, and eventually the harvest will come. But sometimes you have to be patient because the harvest may not come in the timing with which you think it should. And that's where you get discouraged. You let impatience rule the day, and that's where you fail. You have to be in it for the long game. Keep hammering away with the hammer and the chisel every day. Put the principle in practice, and eventually, trust me, as someone who's lived this way and who's built a nationwide brand with this mentality, you will rise to the top. Why? Because your clients will reciprocate in ways you cannot imagine through referrals, because you're building such trust. Once they realize that you are genuinely concerned about their needs, and that you're advising them, this goes for doctors, lawyers. I don't care what you're doing. I've seen doctors poorly behave in ways of advising me about a surgery or this or that, that I know their motive is to self-enrich
Mm.
themselves. That's terrible behavior. And eventually the money will come. If you put this principle into practice, trust me, it will come back to you in spades, but you have to be disciplined.